Medvedev opens by declaring Zelensky trapped in a self-made strategic prison, a position that only deteriorates no matter what move he attempts. He frames the entire Ukrainian leadership as cornered and rapidly losing control of the wider conflict. The tone is absolute. This is a defeat unfolding in slow motion.
Zugzwang for the Banderite scum. As expected, the Green Enite has landed himself in a classic Zugzwang. With every passing day, his position on the chessboard only gets worse.
Medvedev warns that the Russian encirclement of Ukrainian troops has reached a point where a total frontline collapse is no longer theoretical, but imminent. He says the breakthrough could trigger a chain of territorial losses Kyiv cannot stop. Ukraine is portrayed as standing on the edge of a catastrophic military domino effect.
The encirclement of his troops threatens to send the whole front line crashing down, and from there, who knows, maybe more territorial losses to follow.
He describes the internal situation as equally disastrous, with the energy grid buckling, blackouts worsening, and heating systems sliding toward breakdown as winter approaches. Medvedev insists Kyiv is losing control not only at the front, but at home, with basic services failing. The image is one of a country collapsing under pressure it cannot manage.
The energy grid is collapsing under Russian strikes. Electricity is still on, but with constant blackouts, and the heating situation is dire.
He then turns to the EU, accusing European leaders of finally distancing themselves from Ukraine's corruption and political rot. Medvedev argues that Europe is growing tired of carrying Kyiv's scandals and prefers to avoid sinking alongside Zelensky's inner circle. Their public expressions of disappointment, he says, reveal a deeper shift.
European leaders may be lapdogs, but they're not complete idiots. They'd rather not share the same fate as the overgrown mold of Ukrainian corruption.
And in his most brutal passage, Medvedev says Zelensky's survival now depends entirely on Washington, a capital he claims is already preparing to discard him. He argues the Americans alone decide whom to protect and whom to eliminate, and Zelensky has become expendable. The metaphor he ends with is surgical, merciless, and final.
There's only one power that can decide whether to execute or to pardon its bastards, and that is Washington, D.C. His fate is that of a festering boil waiting to burst. The sharp scalpel of history is already hovering above him, and the lancing is inevitable.
Medvedev wraps his message with a blunt warning. Kyiv's collapse is no longer a question, only a schedule. He says Ukraine's leadership is already rotting from within. As he puts it, its fate resembles a festering boil. The sharp scalpel of history is already poised above it, and the abscess will inevitably be lanced open.